All right, guys. It looks like not many people today. What happened?
Yeah,
So
there are people this week now.
everyone didn't get the information that you have class today?
Possibly because it's not our usual day for
Ah,
class. It's Wednesday,
yeah.
but
Could you please, everybody open the windows and, look at each other, please? Could you please come into video, everybody? Very good, very good.
Thank you,
Very
Lata ma'am.
good,
Thank you, Romila.
good. Very good, very good.
Thank you, Sulochana, Umashri. Wow.
And
Gauri
Surabhi,
ma'am's mom.
Batra, and, two more people, Ahalya, Madhura.
Madhukar and Surabhi.
Ma'am, I'm wrapping up another session with another group. I will join in 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, okay. I try my level best. So, but anyway, you will get a material and also my recordings will be there. So today's topic is problem and spiritual solution. So the title itself indicating that for every problem, there will be a spiritual solution. So we always try to find solutions for our, whatever the decisions we take and whatever the karma we do and the result of that karma, to handle the result of that karma, we always try to look for the solutions using the brain. The brain is always limited, that we have to understand. So, and moreover, when the brain is connected only to the physical world, then you never get a spiritual solution. Okay? You never get spiritual solution unless you travel inner side of you. You will get a spiritual solution only when you travel inner side of you, or when you connect to your soul, or when you start hearing your intuition. So as long as you're outside, you never step into inside, we don't get a spiritual solution. When you get spiritual solution only, you will get complete solution of that problem. So generally, what are the forms of a problem? See, problem means what? What do you call, what kind of a problem is a real problem? That we have to identify first. See, if there is any trouble, a problem, a disease, a problem, or tears problem, or pain. Somebody said something, that is the problem. What is problem actually? So that is very important to understand, to identify. First of all, we have to diagnose. See, when you go to a doctor with some symptoms, fever or the cold or anything else, so then first what he does, he will test you. He wrote some tests and go for the X-ray or go to some lab and give your blood or something like that. He will write some tests on the prescription, isn't it? So then you went to that particular place and you will give the samples and you will wait for the results of it. So once the results come in your hand or into doctor's hand, then he will start explaining you, oh, this is the problem, this, okay, this sugar levels are high, or else something, the hemoglobin is so low, something, he will diagnose and tell. So based on that diagnosis, he will start treating you, isn't it? Exactly, we also have to do the same. So diagnosis of the problem is very important. Before that diagnosis also, we have to really identify, is it really a problem? Or are we imagining that it's a problem? That is most important thing. So those are the tricks and tips were given in this lesson today. Okay. So what we do is, as I said, so if you have any hardship, Okay, somebody is looking for the jobs and they're not still looking for the jobs. That is also a problem for us for some time. Once the person found the job, right job, the problem solved, isn't it? Similarly, the pain. Oh, you're feeling bad for something else. Similarly, some kind of obstacle, like, somebody, the marriages are failed. It's an obstacle. Unhealth. Similarly, what else? Accidents. See, these are all problems. The problem comes in many ways, isn't it? We consider all these things as problems. So, for all different kinds of problems, the only solution is only one and only solution is spiritual solution. So that is how one should understand. Okay. Okay. So actually, how these problems are occurring to person. See, throughout life, person is suffering from something or other. Sometimes he feels bad, sometimes he's some obstacle, after that some unhealthiness, and after that something happening. So how this is occurring? See, when you get inside of you, or when you are connected with your Atma, your own soul, through meditation and through starting the soul knowledge, when you are soul knowledge and soul scanning, I think you have finished all these things. You know what I'm talking about. So when you are doing all, these are all spiritual practices. It's not just meditation. Just sitting for 1 hour, it will not help you much. It helps you for certain level. But to understand yourself, you need to do other spiritual practices also. Soul scanning, developing soul knowledge is all important. When you continuously, you're doing this, and from your own experiences also, you start picking up the knowledge and spiritual wisdom. That is also one of the spiritual practices along with the meditation. So when you are doing all these things, what happens is, when you will start understanding how these problems are occurring and who is the reason or who is the culprit for you to get the problems. You will understand. So who is the culprit here? Nobody else except your own Atma. So why it is doing like that? See, the Atma, the soul, what it does is, it is always like, we create our own realities. Did you hear this in any of your lessons? Right. So exactly that's what happens. You create your own reality. It is not that, we are going to some neighbor's home and we are fighting with them. It is not something that is happening outside. We will be, generally, everybody will be very careful when you are living in physical world. So, but the problems are keep coming. One time this, one time that, one that. Then who is the culprit? Our own soul only culprit. What happens is, even you are sleeping, your soul never sleeps. It's always awakened. And it keeps moving from one consciousness to another consciousness, all 24/7. Like, there are 4 consciousness. One is consciousness. Another one is subconscious. And another one is, what was that? Meditative state. And another one is unconscious. Okay? We will be unconscious when sleeping. That means our body and our brain and all, but not the Atma. It keeps moving from one consciousness to another consciousness, and what it does is, you keep thinking something or other the whole day and night. So subconsciously, it all goes into the subconscious mind. So this Atma, the soul, when it is moving from one consciousness to another, one state to another state, it will start picking up all those things and it will make it reality. For example, in the newspaper, the whole day you are reading some accidents or somebody killed someone, something like that. Then what we do, automatically our brain will think, oh yeah, 10 years back, this is what happened in our village too. Reading something in the newspaper and we start thinking about it. So those thoughts are energies and it will go into the already you have 10 years back or when you are in the childhood, something happened next to your home. That's already there when we are little, when you are little itself, it's already there in your subconscious mind. So this particular incident that is, you're reading some news in the newspaper, that has triggered the thoughts that you established when you are in the childhood. Then, unless you have seen this news or heard in this news from TV, you did not remember, what happened. You forgot. But it was there subconsciously. This particular incident triggered that and brought in front of you. Then you will start thinking some more thing. Then automatically, whatever it is established in the childhood, that will start becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Then what happens is, when became strong, automatically this Atma or the soul, it keeps moving from one consciousness to another consciousness. It will start picking up and make into reality. That is one thing happens. So that is why we need to cleanse our brain. That happens only through meditation and also other spiritual practices, related spiritual practices, 12 tablets, silence, maintaining the silence, Paurnami meditations, and all those things, 12 tablets, the basic 12 tablets. So those spiritual practices, when you keep continuously doing it, then what happens is the brain will be in the cleansing mode. The thought will come and go. It never sits at the subconscious state. That is how, the problems generally, that is how it starts occurring in our brain and the soul make it to reality. That is why we say that we create our own realities. So those things we need to take care of. And the next thing is, once you understand, once you identify the problem, then how you need to take it. How you need to take it means, like, you need to take it lighter. I mean, in a common words we can say. So spiritually, what you need to understand is, okay, life is like a drama, isn't it? Life is like a drama. Every life we do some drama. Today, in this current life, we do this drama. After some time we go and again we come, another drama will start. Yes. So drama after drama, which is no drama is permanent. But still we believe it, that is true. And we believe it and we will bog down on that. So we need to understand all these problems are coming only to give you a knowledge and wisdom. Take the knowledge and wisdom and leave that. Once you took the wisdom out of it, then automatically that samasya will go away. That problem will go away automatically. Try it. You will understand that. So you try to understand that. So every time when you feel something is a problem to you, so don't bog down on the problem. See, these are all the tablets, all these spiritual tablets. This is, you get the information from these books and you need to implement in the life, day-to-day life. So that is how, we need to, we will understand. Just by reading this, it means nothing. Unless you implement it and get the wisdom out of it, then we will understand. It is like a theory and practical both have to go together. So what we understand is, okay, we came to this life only just to play our role. So during our role, we are getting all these pains and troubles and obstacles because we are creating our own realities. Okay, we created. So now what to do? What to do? You take the spiritual wisdom out of it. That is the solution for that problem. We cannot stop thinking because the brain tendency is like that. So brain never stops thinking because that is its tendency. The mechanism of a brain is that. And it doesn't think about you. Oh, this thought is not good for this person. So I don't, okay, then I don't think. I just keep quiet. It won't. So it keeps, thinking whether it is useful, whether those thoughts are useful to you or not, whether they are good, they're good for your soul or not, it doesn't care. It keeps thinking and putting into the box, mind box. Then the soul, when it comes to that place, it will pick up and make it a reality. So since we cannot stop this process, the best thing is the silence. The silence is silence by mouth and also internal silence. These things, spiritual practices we have to be on. So, and second thing is, so when you learn this spiritual practice step by step, then only we get knowledge out of it and also we find the happiness. Otherwise, we keep, having these troubles. The troubles will continue. Okay. So what here they're saying is we need to follow the 5S concept. What is this 5S concept? So this 5S concept is very important to diagnose the problem and handle the problem spiritually. So what they are saying is, I will put, material I'm putting because PPT is not available. And just like, it will help you to write down if you are writing. That is why I'm trying to put this. Otherwise, I keep, even I'm keep saying, you may be able to follow, you may not be able to follow. Okay, are you able to see it? Okay. Right? You are able to see, right? So the fivefold concept. This
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
fivefold concept, 5S. So the 5S concept is like, these five points, like, number one, strategy. Write down. Number two, sincerity. Third one, seriousness. Fourth one, serenity. Fifth one, steadiness. Okay. So now we will see what all 5. Strategy. Okay. You need to plan to work on these problems. So for that, they are saying that we need to have one strategy. So what it is? Strategy means whatever a problem or situation or issue or work or plan we want to work on, we must form a strategy for it. So we need to be with the open mind. Like, everybody, we follow our own belief systems, right? Because where we born, so where we grew up, and all these, the belief system develops from that place. Or you went to, those belief system keep changing also time to time. So suppose you gone somewhere else and you're working there, automatically what happens is whatever the belief system is already existing in you, that will start modifying according to the new place. See, again, new belief system. Then you went to America. Okay. There another belief system. You will keep picking up, one after the other. So finally what happens is it will become so thick such a way that you cannot break your own belief system and come out of it and, take the knowledge or spiritual wisdom. That is the problem. Why the spirituality is so difficult for most of the people? Because they are not able to break their belief system and come out of it. It becomes so thick walls. So all the time, there is a struggle in the brain, whether it is right or wrong, whether correct or wrong, this is correct, that is correct, all these things. Preoccupation. So that is how the first they are saying is strategy is very important. To develop such a strategy on the problem or to come out of that problem, you have to be open-minded. Okay? So with the open mind, we must plan it out in all possible ways and organize it in a best manner. So plan it step by step. You need to plan it step by step. So next words, to follow the step by step, to follow the strategy or to develop a right strategy, what you need? You need sincerity. So sincerity means what? Sincerity means we have to work on our strategy, sincerely. So we should select which problem we should work on first. If we have a number of problems, for example, a boy or young person, he is going for a job, newly from a new place. That is the first time he is moving out of his home. So here two things are happening. It is number one, he doesn't have any experience. It is very new for him. Job is new, leaving the home is new, and also he needs to staying outside and, he is taking care of everything. So how many, this is all like, which one you have to work on it first. So these are all interlinked. So you need to work on it first. Okay. How you have to do it, sincerely they have to work on it. The first strategy develop it. The strategy is, the first thing is he is leaving his home for the first time. He doesn't know anything in this, and because so far he was happily mom is cooking and he's having food. And now once he's gone out, he has to cook for himself. So the first thing what he has to work on, he should know how to cook for himself. He should work on that. And the next, new job. First time he's moving and, staying somewhere. So work on that. Like that, a strategy and sincerely working for that strategy. So both are required. And meanwhile, people will keep coming and saying these words, that words. And why do you go there? And why can't you stay another 1 year? If you wait, you will get a job in our own village only. Why do you have to go all the way, leaving parents and friends and everybody? People will start telling something or other. Or else somebody else will come. There you are working. That's fine. I have a relative there. So we will tell him or tell her to take care of you. So these are also very important. So then automatically you need to work on those things also. Take their phone number and write their address and make sure that, you will contact them after you reached. This is all strategy and also sincere plan. So these are all then what happens is, then this will not become a problem at all. When you have a certain plans and everything, you will not find any problem to stay outside of the home or to take care of the new job, and you will meeting new people, otherwise everything will become a problem. So that is so. So we must try not to take up all the problems together, but step by step, we need to do it. So then what happens? Then slowly, maybe 1 month or 2 months, and whatever you think it is problematic, step by step, everything will be solved. In 2 months, they will set down. So that is sincerity. And also even the meditation also the similar thing. The non-meditator, you must have you finished this lesson, right? Like labor, clerk and officer. So when the person is a meditator, when they're new to the meditation, it behave like, they will not have any goal. One day they do meditation, another day they don't do meditation. To become a meditator, same. You need a strategy and also a plan, and you need to work on it. Isn't it? You have to go to the 40 days meditation or 21 days meditation, so, to get into that. Or you keep, you be in connection with any spiritual master. So they will keep, engage you how to do that and why and all that stuff. They will give nice tips because they already underwent, all those things, and they know how to help other people. Sincerely, one has to follow it. So strategy and following sincerely, both are important. So similarly, yeah. Next, serenity. So what is serenity? The serenity means like, when you take up work and you determined to complete it, you should move in that direction. Sincerely, you will planning a strategy and you're working sincerely towards that strategy. After that, what you need to do? You have to finish that. You can't leave it incomplete. So that's what it. So that for that you need a determination. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether you are moving slow in that work or you're doing it faster, but do it. And with the determination and with the strong willpower. So then you should not, and the most important thing is sometimes, we ignore the things. When we get deviated, we ignore the things. So then what happens is never ever finish that. So in a way, like, slow and steady wins the race. We know this story, like, the rabbit and turtle. So those kind of, stories also help us to understand the strategies and the sincere planning and, how to determine the things. So that is how, we need to slow and study wins the race. And I mean, it looks like, see, when I'm saying like this, many time management books also write these things. But the thing is, spiritual and the worldly, the strategies in the world, both are not different. Like, it has to go together because we are using these, the spiritual, it looks like, when we talk about these things, how it would be like, these are just solutions for our regular problems. So basically, the spirituality in this sense, it's a balance between both. It's all both together. The things that are happening in the physical world, when you take care of those things in a right manner, you need to connect to your intuition. It is like, inside to outside signal. But when you ignore the inside signal and you stay only at the outside, that doesn't work. When there is no connection between these two. So that's what I mean. So that is how we need the determination to finish that. The last one is steadiness. So the steadiness it's very, very important. So the steadiness means being firm on what we are doing. That means consistency is important. The consistency is important, and stay on top of it is very important. So that is what called steadiness. So whatever the other problems or obstacles arises while we are completing our task, we should not fall down or break up, be disappointed, with the task that we are following and continue it with the patient. So then what happens is, like, when we are heading to do something good or something important to our soul, then what happens is automatically the obstacles will come. probably you must have finished that 4 obstacles for the warrior. Did you finish that? Finish that lesson? Yeah. So that lesson now you can recollect it. When you start doing anything spiritually, when you want to move forward spiritually, then what happens? Immediately, those 4 obstacles of the barrier will come into the future in front of you. So that is why we need steadiness. We need to be firm. So whatever it may be. So we have to strong enough. Otherwise, what happens? You don't learn anything. When you don't learn anything out of it, then what happens is the soul will shatter. That means the soul loses its energy. Because when you are doing something, okay, all using all 4, like strategy, you have sincerity, you have, serenity, you have. Along with that, if you don't have steadiness, then what happens is the energies will be drained out. Then what happens? Your soul will lose all its energy and you will get shattered. Then automatically you will be picked up by low quality energies. The low quality energies is those 6 senses, Arishad Varga. Then people will get in completely, they will be pulled into the low quality energies like, pain and depression and whatever, like, based on the situations and all. It's very difficult when people go so down and coming back to the normal, it takes long time. That is how, some people, they commit suicide also, right?
So some of these souls that don't commit suicide, but does the soul then look for an exit point or exit
Sometimes
plan?
that also
And
happens.
even without the person knowing.
Yes.
And if it
Because-
finds one, it just takes it. I mean, I'm wondering if people who sort of give up on life and are just simply living and passing their time and they have no goal, they have no desires, or at least they don't show any, then what happens to them if they don't come out of their problems?
So then what happens is, suppose, we need to understand like this. The problem, there is one more thing. So the problem has come. So the problem has come in the sense we need to do all these things to understand it. If you don't understand, the one thing you need to understand is there is a shift you need a shift. So the shift is going to happen there. It happens like, in the soul plan itself, it will be written. Okay, once you learned something out of some problems or whatever obstacles and all, then you need to shift from there. When you don't shift, or when you don't want to take a shift, what happens is the soul will try to exit out of the body. So those problems also will come. So you can't be in the pain for a very long time. That is why you have to be conscious. Consciousness is very important. We unconsciously, we are doing same thing again and again, again and again, again and again. Automatically, the soul, what it does is, it loses all its energy and it will start looking for the exit points. In the soul plan, the soul will put some exit points and come to this earth. If I cannot finish this plan, then I should be able to exit out of that body, because it doesn't have any, see, the soul will, see, the thing is, we forget all these things, but the soul never forget. We don't understand these things. Most of the time, we are connected to physical world, then we think the physical world things are important and they are the truth and they are important. But the soul, the spiritual body will not think like that. It's always on its own plan. If the body doesn't cooperate to its plan, the plan that came with the outline it came with, then the soul will start look for the exit out of that. That's also will be there. So that is why one should not be in the pain long time. People are in the pain in the long time, it will start looking for the exit. Some people will become bedridden. Some people, like, something it will do, or else in the form of accidents, the soul will exit, or the body fall down and the name of some disease, then soul will start try to exit out. All these things will happen. So that is why if there is a problem, if you feel there is a problem, first of all, one has to remember that it's everything drama. This nothing is permanent for anybody. Even if you take in a lighter vein, still it is bothering you, means you have to, either it could be an old karma from old life. So that definitely you need to resolve that issue now. So most of the ways what happens is most of the 80% it is our current life related to current life problems. The problems will be current life. But 20%, once in a while, the old karmas will come and stand in front of you. That's what happens. So if that is, unless you resolve that issue, it doesn't go. So we need to understand, we need to diagnose the problem. Is it the problem that you can easily come out of it, or is it the problem that you need to resolve from the past life? If it is something that is coming from the past life, you need to resolve it, at least now. Otherwise, it will follow the next life also. So these are all like, it is not something that new to us. Like, it is our own thought processes or our own issues which are unresolved in previous births. Those things only, it is only our personal. It's all our personal problems only. So once we need to understand the problem, then you will start diagnosing. But your diagnosis, from diagnosis to solving, is everything should be done in a spiritual way. Because you don't get solutions for these things anywhere in the outside world. So nobody will go and tell, oh, okay, so this person is, 70 years old or 80 years old. They have a lot of experience than us in life. So they may tell the solution for our problems. They tell what they know, that's all. But you should know about your own problem. They just give you some tips based on their own knowledge and own, they might have gained some experience, which is little bit close to your problem. But that doesn't help much. You can take that information and also the knowledge and keep it with you. When it's required, you can use it. But your soul knows the solution of your problems. So you need to believe your own soul. Number one, you need to make friendship with your own soul. You have to be with your own soul, because your soul only will remember all these things from your previous birth or this current birth also, what all happening is going to happen. It knows everything. The past, present, and the future also it knows. So automatically you have to be with your own soul only. So that is the only thing it will give you the solution of the problems. Okay. So now you understand 5S, right? Now, so we'll go to the, yeah.
These notes are pretty good. It's perfectly fine if there's no PowerPoint. We're happy to take these notes. They're very well written.
Yeah, definitely. It will be.
Yeah, if you guys can share these either on the drive or through our WhatsApp, that would be great. This will help to write up the notes for the class.
Right.
And it's okay if it's a Word document or any other
Yeah.
format, as long as we can get it, it's fine.
So you were given, actually briefly, but we studied, so much on this, and which is not, I mean, that much is not necessary based on this material, I guess. But, I don't want to deviate from the notes that you have. If I say so much, which is, which is not present in this material, like, you will be somewhere. So that is what I'm my thinking. So yeah, so you understood the 5S concept, right? Using those 5S, so how you develop the strategy, how you understand the issue, how you take the right information, and how you implement. So these are, 4-tablet series, okay? So what they are saying is, the 5S, and now there are 4 more tablets. The first tablet is, the first one is the right diagnosis. Okay, right diagnosis. So second one is a primary issue. And the third one is the right information. The fourth one is implementation. Each one is a tablet. When all 4 you combined together, then it is called 4-tablet series. Okay. So I have a lot of notes on this, along with the examples. So, but I'll tell you, So right diagnosis means what? So as I told you, you should know, for example, Sasural and daughter-in-law. Okay, it is there. So, for example, those 2 are well known that, both don't get along with. So that is how the things going on, but not necessarily it should be like that. But it sometimes, it happens, right? So for this is a problem because 2 people living in the same under the same shelter, but they're not get along with. Is it not a problem? It is a problem because all the time this problem will exist, whether they talk each other or not, but in the brain and in the heart, it is keeps on. So then the thing is, so how you have to handle this? The handling is the daughter-in-law should, because this problem comes almost in every house between those 2 relations. So why that is happening? See, in the nature. Why that nature is making that particular relation like that. So that means this particular relation between those 2 is very precious. Precious for those 2 women. So they're going to learn certain things in that problem. So that is how they have to understand that problem, and they have to handle that problem spiritually. Not like, keep on bogging down on small things and they get separated finally, Not like that. That is not the way to handle that particular issue. So that is what called a diagnosis. How to understand this first. So what they're saying is, so here the daughter-in-law has to develop the patience. So to develop a patience only, that particular soul got into that particular relation. Similarly, this lady, the big lady, what she has to do? What she also have to learn out of it. It's not that, because what is that? The ego and the proudness. So those things, she has to come out of it to learn certain things from this fightings with the daughter-in-law, and she also have to change herself. So she has to develop the patience, and this lady have to change some of her negative qualities. So that is then once they focus on the things what they don't have it or what they have to control it, then automatically that particular relation will start, moving smoothly. So for that, once they learned, both of them learned together their qualities, they're changing their qualities or learning the new qualities which they don't have, then after that, they never and ever have any fights. They'll become like a daughter and mother, or maybe much more like, better than that. Maybe they'll become friends. Friendship is something different. It's more than like, relations, right? So friend is So different. So in our life, at some phase will come. We all will have that phase. We want to do anything for our friend. This kind of mindset will be there. It is like, ekatvam. It is like because during that age, like 18, 19, 20, 21, everybody will have what is it, the spiritual mind, and we never think like divisions and the dvaita, like that means the double strategies, double strands, never we will have it. We see everybody same. We see everybody our friend. Even a friend also our friend, even we don't know who is that fellow. That means see that, that is called, ekatvam. Then slowly we will coming out of it once we start binding to the outside world. That means you will be away from that God characters. So once these two ladies will start learning the qualities or developing the new skills and developing the new qualities that they don't have it, then automatically, like, they will come out of that particular problem. So that is what they are saying it. So that is how we need to diagnose. Okay. Yeah. So they have not given the examples. So I'm seeing my book and telling you. Okay. So if you understood, right? Now, the primary issue. Okay. The second thing is like, see, even a boss and a subordinate, the boss and the subordinate also will always have a fight. Okay. So why they both are, two different poles, boss wanted this person. That is why he hired. After he hired this person, why he is behaving like that? And why this fellow also, when he started coming to the interview and blah, 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 and all this happened, they are nice to each other and they will have parties and all that stuff. And after some time, they don't get along with, just like, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Why that happening? So that means both of them need to develop a quality. What is that quality? The quality is what is common between them? The work or the project or, the expectations related to it. So both have to come to, a certain point where they both match. If that match is not happening, this boss and the subordinate all the time will quarrel. And in between, if other people are also interfering, the quarrels will become wider. So they also have to learn these things. They have to learn, and everybody have to learn from each other. So then once that learning is done, then what happens is the problem will go off. That is another thing. And similarly, like, mainly the work perfection. So they all wanted to, because it is a business place. So all are gathering at one place for what? Mainly for to work or for the business. So there should be a perfection in it. Everybody's role should be distinct enough. Then everybody have to should be able to work on their own and deliver the results. And manager should be strong enough not to, politicize. These are all factors. All these factors should be, it should, with the time, space, dimension, everything should be cooperative. So this is all happens when people are spiritual. This is all happen because one person is like this, one person is like that, that may not fit. So everybody is doing a meditation. If they don't do meditation, at least they, in their own way, if the people are try to understand what their own soul is saying, then slowly people will become spiritual. So these kind of issues will be solved only by spiritual way. How many time management books you read? How many, like, how to handle the people, how to manage the people? What manage? What kind of, how do you, what? We are not here to manage someone. We are here to manage ourselves. That happens only in a spiritual way. We are not born to reform someone. First, you reform yourself. If everybody does that, the society will be reformed very nicely. So that is how, we need to diagnose, and that is the primary issue we have to address. So next thing is primary issue. Primary issue in this sense, as I said, like, for example, daughter-in-law and mother-in-law. So their primary issue, what? This daughter-in-law's primary issue is she's a young blood and she developed a patience. Okay, she might have tell something. She told, instead of telling one time, she might have told 2 times. You need patience. Okay, listen. So she's saying again and again, the sasural is saying again and again, means you don't have perfection in doing something. Try to work on it. Develop patience. So she needs to do the primary issue in her is to develop patience, listening. You need to listen her, what she's saying, why she's saying. If you don't listen and immediately you got a, temperament, immediately you got irritated, that doesn't work like that. So that is one thing. And that is how the primary issue in daughter-in-law is patience. The primary issue in her is all the time keep on saying and expecting her to listen everything what this big lady says, and the big lady doesn't give space for the young one to learn on her own. This is all like, her ego and her, she wants to show what she is. These kind of things, she has to work on it. That is the primary issue that she has to work on it. This is the primary issue, the patience, this young one should work on it. So that is how, like, we need to first identify what the quality we are lacking in. So that is the primary issue means. So means the problem which we are suffering from, to work on it. To take the diagnosis already done above and select their primary issue as it being a primary. Okay. So once they diagnose, they understand this is the quality they are lacking in, they should start working on it. That is what the primary issue is. How they have to working on it? So they tell, so what they tell here is, so because everybody will have these 6 senses, Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madamascharya. And everybody will have it, will not have all these senses in equal proportions, or, some people will have like, different proportions. Some may have one thing is more, another one is normal, another one is much low, but other one is too much, like this. So all these Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madamascharya, you have to work on it. Then only they can learn something what they need. Then only the daughter-in-law can learn the patience. The patience, how it comes, she has to focus on what she needs to do properly, the perfection, or, it is completeness. Completely she should learn the new thing, such a way that, like, nobody come and point out her, oh, you don't know this, something like that. Then automatically what happens is, it not only just patience, she also gets satisfaction. So see, one after the other new qualities she is able to develop. So that is how the things, So how one has to work on it like this. What they are saying is, for example, if the small kid, see, when the mom, when the infant was, around, they're crawling and all, then what mother does? Mother, when she was doing anything she was doing, but she keeps an eye on the little fellow. Right? Exactly like that. We have to take care of our qualities also. when they are, when that lady is in the process of developing the patients, all the time she should be conscious enough about that quality. Whatever she is doing, she keeps an eye on her quality and try to manage. Similarly, the big lady, similarly, some other qualities, similarly, some other, like that. Okay. So then, so that is how one has to keeps on top of their qualities in learning the new qualities. So that is one. That is the second. Next one is right information. So right information in the sense like knowledge, jnanam. So how do you get right information about your spiritual awakening? Only by meditation, right? So only by meditation and also satsanga and also reading spiritual books and soul scanning and soul knowledge and all these things, one after the other. And attending the classes, when somebody is doing the spiritual classes, go and attend. And all these things, this continuous training ourselves. So that is how, we need to get the right information. So gather all possible informations relating to that primary issue. See, for example, we are talking about patients. So there are so many spiritual books. There are so much people will tell. Or satisfaction. Satisfaction, unless you completely finish some work that you are doing, then you don't get a satisfaction. We cannot develop a satisfaction just like that unless you work on something. So these are all the tips will be given during the classes. So you need to gather all that information and start implementing in the life. Then the soul will start picking up, because the soul, it is a soul plan. So it comes to the earth to develop some qualities. That is also a plan of the soul. If that doesn't learn in time, then what happens is it will show up on the body in the form of any disease. Some headache, getting headache, or some traffic signals problem will come, or something like that. And then we need to sit down and work on all 12 signals or 12 tablets and everything, these things, we have to put some time and all this. So rather, if you are conscious enough, then automatically, you have to change your brain and your mind. You change your mind and also the heart, everything towards soul, then automatically the body will start listening what the soul tells. So buddhi, we need to, the intellectuality. So the buddhi is very important. Then automatically the buddhi will start changing. It will become spiritual. Once it will become spiritual, it's so easy. It is so easy. So that is what called the right information. Next, implementation. As I said, the gathering all the information and implement in life. So when you start implementing in life, you are implementing in the sense you are doing the karma, in the right karma. You are taking the information from all these spiritual practices and you are implementing. That means you are doing karma. So out of that karma, you will have some result. You will get a result out of that karma. So that is the spiritual wisdom. Just because when you are gathering information, you don't get the spiritual wisdom. In between, there is one more step. You need to implement. That means you need to change yourself. The inner transformation have to happen. See, till now, for example, the daughter-in-law, she is so impatient till now, till she gets married. So when she is impatient, the karmas she was doing is so different before marriage. So once she got married, she has to transform into a patient. Patient in the sense, she has to develop a patience. That means it's the inner transformation. It's not outer transformation. So then for that, what she needs to do? Unless because she already got used to do certain karmas based on the impatience that she has. But now she has to change, inner transformation should come, and then only she can do karma which is related to developing the patience. Then automatically, once the karma changed, then what happens? The result of that karma is like, that is that she will get a right fruit. So this is how one has to do that implementation. So to implement the information, you gather the information righteous manner. That is also there. You have to gather the right information to develop a new skill or new quality. So and also during this, when in the process of developing new qualities, you will also get opportunities. That means nature will bring the opportunities for you to learn more and more, more and more. Try to see it. It happens. It happens. So nature will bring all possible opportunities to you, okay, to gather the information and to implement in your life and you to develop the new quality. So those opportunities pick up. Then apply to your own life. That is also with the full enthusiasm. Not like, when we are before marriage, when I'm in my parents' home, I'm happily I was doing, now I'm like this. Oof, we should not do that like that. With full enthusiasm, we need to apply those opportunities, apply those things to develop the new quality. And efforts, you need to put the efforts to come out of the problems and also to develop the new qualities. So, for example, there is one more, for example, if the anger is arousing within us, we have to identify the reason first. Okay, but immediately some people, they get irritated. Whatever you speak, once you say, they will get irritated. Where the problem? This person did not complete the sentences only. But already people started hitting up on the roof. Then where the problem is? So that person have to understand there is a problem within him or within her. So they have to identify their own problem and they have to gather the information, how to work on it. And, then when the nature is giving all possible opportunities to learn or to identify or to understand, then they have to accept it. Acceptance is very important. Oh, no, I'm not like this. I'm the best in this world. That means you're not willing. You're not willing to accept it. You're not willing to change yourself. You want to be like that. Why? Is there any reason? Because you're lazy. You don't want to do that. If you want to start, if one person have to change means lot of things they have to change. The pattern, the thinking pattern, the patterns they interact with the people, the pattern that, they developed all these years in the life, everything have to change. Change in the sense, they do not need to change this. They sit down and they do not need to change one after the other. Once you start becoming spiritual, the nature only slowly, it changes. You need to take the help of nature. It's very easy. It's very easy. When somebody is helping you, the things will move faster. The only thing is the person is not ready to do that. But once you start taking the help of nature, the things move very easily, smoothly. All you need to do is you need to accept it. You need to accept the efforts of nature towards you. That's all. Very simple. So for that, the thought process that you need to have is everything is just a drama, lighter vein. Nothing is permanent. Because you are so serious about yourself, you don't want to listen to anybody. Because you are thinking you are so important to the universe, you don't want to change. Oh, if I change differently, what happens to the universe? Nothing will happen. It doesn't even care you if you don't want to change. If you want to change, then universe will care. It will help you in all the ways to give what your soul wanted. So these are the things, people have to understand and go in the right direction. So next, yeah. So how the meditation helps for this? See, once you are started meditating, the first thing you will have is number one, discipline. You will learn first the discipline. Next is slowly, you will understand the soul things because of the experiences in the meditation, and you will see different colors and all. That's the spiritual experiences and everything. Then you will make you to understand there is something called life inside of you, and all this, the spiritual tablets and spiritual practices and all these things. So then finally what you understand is you're not the body, you're not even the mind, you are a soul. You'll come to that point. So now, after doing all these spiritual practices along with the meditation, the main thing, the important thing you will understand is you are not the body, you are not even mind, you are a soul. So after that, what? Okay, I'm a soul. Then why I came? What is my purpose? What is my purpose of life? You will go to the next one. Who am I? You will question yourself. So these are all very important in the spirituality and to understand ourselves and, to work towards the problem and get the spiritual wisdom out of it. And coming out of this problem, everything will be there. So we need to always, we need to be conscious enough that we are a soul. We are not a body. We are not the mind. Whatever the thoughts you're coming in, those are not true. Those are not permanent. Those are not the thing that you need to follow. You need to follow your soul. That is why we always need to remember that Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. When you are connected to the God, Purnatma, Paramatma, whatever you say, or God simply, Tattvamasi. I am the God. That God is within you. You're able to connect to your God means what? There are precursors. His precursors are there in you, right? Otherwise, how do you connect yourself? You're able to connect it to your God means his precursors are there within you. So those are the things, the connection is happening. He means what? The Viswam, the universe. So, yeah, unless we come to realize our own shortcomings within us, we can never accept the people and situation around us. And so spirituality paves a better way through real. Yeah. So this is what we see, even to understand, even the Sasural and daughter-in-law, to understand each other, what you need. First, you need to understand the shortcomings within them. They have to understand the shortcomings within them. Then once they understand, they identify and work towards it, and information and implementation and getting the spiritual wisdom, then they will never and ever get into the situation. They will, everybody, they do their own work. So no more fights. So that is all. Similarly, the boss and the subordinate, and also the wife and a husband, or, the boy and girl who are in love, any two friends or anybody, neighbors, any two. So that is how we need to understand. So, okay. So Richard Bach, what he said, we seek problems because we need gifts hidden in it. Okay, what he said, the Richard Bach, the writer, the author, and he said, we have hidden gifts within the problems. So you have to break that problem, then only you will get those hidden gifts. That's what he means. Likewise, we suffer from problems in our life so that we take a turn into a beautiful path in our lives to see the hidden gifts of life. So that is what I told you. So When the problem is persisting means you need a shift there. If you don't make a shift, then the soul will look for the exit. So it's a very dangerous thing. So one has to be very, very careful. Okay, who cares, who will do all those things? Okay, we'll go. I mean, that doesn't work like that. You'll go means what? You need, without your finishing your soul plan, you go off, it will repeat again. That's not the thing. But some people, if they got into trouble, when they have any pain, they will commit suicide. What is that? So the pain, they will think it is ajnanam, basically. So if they take their life off, then they do not need to bear that pain, which is not true. But the pain follows them. And on top of it, you have taken the life just like that. So anyway, so those are the things we need to take care of it. So that is what the Richard Bach. When you strongly live upon it, then you will gain the gifts that are hidden in it. So next thing is, yeah, the 5S concept. Yeah. So that is what the thing. And if there are any examples, I will tell you in this. Okay. Yeah, even Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna said that, right? Jnanagni dagda karmanam. When you take the wisdom out of your problem or out of the karma that you did, whether it's the current life or the previous birth, then only the karmas will be dagdanam. They are gone. So only the solution to come out of the bad karmas or taking the spiritual wisdom out of it. Similarly, Bible. Vakyam, okay. In the Bible also, they said the same. Okay. When you speak the righteous words, the spiritual and righteous words. So when you speak in the sense what? When you're speaking means it's coming from here. This will establish the connection. The Vishuddhi Chakra will establish the connection between the Vishuddhi Chakram and the God. Some people, you see the yogis and all, they don't talk much. After some time and more when they're becoming yogi, they will stop talking. Because it is not necessary. I mean, they feel it. After some time, they feel not to talk. They feel not necessary to talk. That's why they stop talking. They will be in connection with the God all the time. Unless it's very important, they speak 1 or 2 words. Otherwise, they don't speak at all. So in that righteous, in speaking in the righteous words only, you do the karma. Our karmas, 3 types. The one is by words. And the second thing is by bhavanas. That means feelings. We do karma by feelings and we do karma by actions. So only these 3. We don't have anything else to do your different karmas. So when you speak righteous words and when you do the karma based on that, then what happens is you will not get into bad karmas. So second thing. So that this is nothing but what you need to do. That is acharana. Acharana means the action that you are doing. This is most important. Okay. Any questions on this? Any questions, please? Any questions, ma'am? If no questions, then I'm not going into so deep. because the material that you have given is not so much. So if anything required, I'm very happy you can come back to me.
Ma'am, I have one question, please.
Mhm.
You said for the mind clutter, it's better to be quiet and be in silence so the mind clutter can stop.
Yeah.
But if that problem is caused by someone else and we don't speak up and we don't put our like explain our situation to that other person, but will we not block our throat chakra in that case?
Yeah, you need to talk. It's not that, whatever they do. See, spirituality means like, it is not that whatever somebody is doing, you have to bear it. See, the
Okay.
spirituality it means to study yourself.
Yes.
So definitely you need to tell them or talk to them.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, so those are very important. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, if no questions, then we'll pack up here. All right, then thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I'm very happy. Later also you can come back. Okay. The materials will be given to you, and Lavanya ma'am will take it. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful class. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.